right, so that's app startups. The third thing is a faster foreground app experience. So basically what we do here is we try to prioritize resources to the foreground app because that is what you're actually using. So typically on Android, there's a lot of processes running in the background and resources are kind of distributed evenly. So basically we use something called dynamic allocation. The foreground app here is the little blue app down here, and we try to take all of the system resources, CPU, RAM, and allocate it to that foreground app. Because again, that's what you're really doing, and you probably don't care about the performance of those background applications. And this makes a big difference, particularly in gaming scenarios. This is a MOBA called Arena of Valor. I'm actually really good at this game, so if anybody wants to challenge me, let me know. But it's not only the RAM and CPU. We also prioritize bandwidth to the foreground app. So if we click up here, this is if you happen to be downloading something in the background, what we do is we prioritize the resources, make sure that all of your bandwidth goes into this foreground app so you have a good ping. All right, so the third thing is a faster and more responsive swiping experience. And as a power user, we want to make sure that you get more immediate feedback when you interact with apps. So we've done two things here. The first thing here is the left. On the left, you can see Pocophone UI. Basically, this is it's the touch response time. So it's when your finger touches the phone, how quickly we can detect the touch, how quickly the system detects the touch. And we've actually improved this by 20%. Again, here is better swiping animations. On the left, you have Pocophone UI. We've made the swipe animations 22% faster. This is something that there's kind of a look and feel change that people talk about a lot, and we've optimized this particularly for Pocophone UI. MIUI for Poco, sorry. So overall, these two things give us 21% better swiping performance than before. And again, we have some other videos comparing this to one of our competitors. All right, so that's performance. Like I said, there's a lot more stuff under the hood. We have over 20 different deep system optimizations to MIUI for Poco, and the goal is to make sure that it feels fast and fluid all the time. So, app drawer, turbocharged engine, and I think a category that I think many people care about, which is fast updates. So, we're talking about fast updates both in security updates as well as underlying OS updates. All of you know that MIUI updates very, very frequently and for longer than any other OEM. But in this particular device, we wanted to prioritize those other two things, which many of you mentioned to us. So on to security updates. We will have security updates at least once a quarter, but we'll aim to do much better than that, but at least once a quarter. Onto the underlying OS updates, it ships with Android 8.1, but we will have the Android Pie update, the P update, in Q4 of this year. That's, again, the latest time. We plan to do it much faster than that, because we know this is important for all of you. And of course, it ships with Project Treble, which is one of the things that makes it easier for us to do these quick updates. It also, if you really love AOSP, it makes it easy for you to just slap an AOSP build on there. Speaking of some of those custom ROMs, we will do our best to support custom ROMs. I think given the hardware that we're talking about, I suspect that this device will be pretty popular with the custom ROM crowd. And as with Xiaomi devices, unlocking the bootloader won't void your warranty. So the kernel source will be available next week. It's the 29th. We'll post it. turbocharged engine for faster and more fluid performance, and then a focus on fast updates, which includes both security and OS, baseline OS updates. All right, so we have a summary video here. Let's take a look. Thank you. Sorry, one thing I forgot to cover, I think notifications is something that people talk about a lot. Many of you probably used MIUI 10. If you notice, our goal there is to try to get both appearance and functionality on par with Android P. If you look at it, it really looks the same. We'll have the MIUI 10 update out for this device really, really quickly. All right. To summarize, and this might take me a little while, I think. So we started, again, with Snapdragon 845, top-of-the-line performance. It was the obvious choice. But we did something cool. Again, pun not intended there. We did something cool, but we paired it with liquid-cooled technology, so you get not only good peak performance, but sustained performance. My personal favorite thing, the 4,000 mAh battery, and we added Quick Charge 3.0, because I know many of you would have asked us for it, which ships in the box. We have fast memory, 8 gigabytes, up to 8 gigabytes DDR4X, up to 256 gigabytes of internal storage. And again, all of this is UFS 2.1. Up here at the top, we have, again, leveraging Xiaomi's camera expertise. We're using the same main sensor that we use in the Mi 8, the same front camera module that we use in the Mi 8, and it's the same Snapdragon 845, so we have the same ISP, and again, we got a huge head start in software tuning because we're able to import some of those settings. And then we also have IR for face unlock with the cool video that I shot as a model, but in practice it works really well, and because it works in the dark, it never kind of ruins your habit. You can get used to it, and it just always works. And then MIUI for POCO with the app drawer, the turbocharged engine for better performance, and then a focus on updates. It's pretty amazing, right? So this, again, is the result of intentional product decisions that we made in the beginning. And it was stuff that we could do because we started from scratch. We could ignore trends that we think didn't really make sense. We didn't think it made sense to have another glass phone just because all other phones have glass. But we know that many of you cared about it, so we made that kick-ass Kevlar version. Everybody wants a bigger battery, so we made sure we had this huge battery. And I think the end result is awesome. I mentioned in the beginning that this is a phone, this is a type of phone that I've wanted to make. It's a phone that I think hits all the right boxes. It's really pretty amazing. And I think probably the next thing that everybody wants to know is the price. But before we get into the price, first, let me introduce to you Mancho, who is POCO's GM for India.
for POCO in India. Talking of India, let me start with, just as Jay and Alvin mentioned, we are glad that POCO is being backed by the strengths of Xiaomi. Today, Xiaomi is the #1 smartphone brand in the country. And it is rated by Red Quanta as the best-in-class after-sales service provider. I'm so happy to announce that POCO F1 will be supported by all the 1,000 service centers of Xiaomi in India. We are also very happy to mention that POCO F1 will be made in India. Thank you. We are actually leveraging the supply chain ecosystem created by Xiaomi. Today, Xiaomi has 6 manufacturing facilities across India, and they will be supporting POCO for the local manufacturing. Now, this is very, very important for hitting aggressive price points in this market. Oh, did I talk about the price? So I think all of us here are waiting for this moment. Am I right? Yeah. All right. So before going to the price, let's look at the other smartphones in the similar category. We have here the POCO F1 compared with OnePlus 6, which is powered with Snapdragon 845, does not have liquid cooling, comes with a 3,300 mAh battery. The 6+64 variant is priced at 34,999, while the Samsung Galaxy S9 comes with a Exynos 9810, has a liquid cooling, but with a 3,000 milliamp battery. The 4+64 variant is priced at a whopping 57,900 rupees. The POCO F1 comes with a 6 GB RAM and a 64 GB variant. Any guesses on the price? Okay, I heard 25 there. Okay, I'm hearing many, many different prices. So let's go for it. Thank you, everyone. POCO F1, the 6+64 variant, is priced at 20,999. Here, I would want to mention, we have taken meticulous measures to ensure that we are pricing the phone as honest as possible, despite many barriers. Let it be the currency fluctuations, let it be the right product decisions, and let it be the support system which we are getting from Xiaomi. This helps us achieve this aggressive pricing. But that's not all, folks. We have more. For those who want a bit more, we actually have a little bit more. POCO F1 also comes with the 6 GB RAM and 128 GB variant as well. And this is priced at okay, let's hear it. Let's see that. 23,999. We also mentioned that we are trying to help here the power users. For those power users who just want it all, there is a massive 8 GB RAM and a 256 GB storage variant as well. And this is priced at 28,999. Now, going to my favorite variant, the Armored Edition. The POCO F1 Armored Edition comes with a unique Kevlar back, which is actually badass, if you have to ask me. POCO F1, the Armored Edition, comes with the 8 GB, RAM and a 256 GB storage variant. And this is insanely priced at 32, okay? Sorry? Let's look at the price. 29,999. It really can't get any better than this, is it? But actually it may be. We are actually partnering with our HDFC Bank here, and for the very first sale, we are giving 1,000 rupees instant discount. Now what does this mean? This literally translates to POCO F1, the 6+64 variant at 19,999. So this makes POCO F1 the world's only Snapdragon 845 flagship priced under 20,000 rupees. We are very happy to announce this today. Thank you. So for the first launch of the sale, we have POCO F1, the 6+64, priced at 19,999, the 6+128 GB variant priced at 22,999, and the 8+256 GB priced at 27,999 for the first sale. We also have a never seen before Geo offer, where we are extending up to 8,000 rupees of instant benefits and up to 6 terabytes of high-speed data. I honestly do not know what we will be doing with 6 terabytes, but here it goes for all the power users there. Now, POCO F1, even though it's incredibly beautiful, we are shipping it with a free soft case for all our India users, which is included inside the box, free of cost. Today, we are also launching a few new accessories of POCO in India. The first one is an ultra-slim hard case. This actually has a very beautiful matte finish and gives a very comfortable hand feel to it. Like you can really feel comfortable holding the phone with this case. This is priced at 399 rupees. We also have the second variant, which is a Kevlar finish armored case. And this is being priced at 799. The third accessory also we are launching today, and that is, for the first time ever in India, thank you so much. POCO is actually introducing the first official mobile skins for POCO F1. We have 4 unique designs to start with, and all of this will be priced at 299 rupees, right? Now, we talked about our first sale, so let's talk about availability. POCO F1 is going to be an online exclusive product, which will go on sale at 12 p.m. 29th August 2018 on me.com and our exclusive partner, Flipkart. We would like to thank Flipkart for believing in our vision. I am super excited for this because it's just a week from now. Right? Thank you. So guys, you just witnessed the global launch of POCO in India today. It will also be making its way to 50+ global markets here in the world. In fact, we'll be having 3 new launches on 27th August in Jakarta, Paris, and in Hong Kong. To summarize, we have 3 variants of POCO F1. The 6+64 is priced at 20,999. The 6+128 is priced at 23,999. The 8+256 variant is priced at 28,999. The armored edition retails at 29,999. So if you see it, all of POCO F1 variants are priced under 30K. I have one thing to say about this. This is really mind-blowing. Isn't it, guys? Yeah. This brings us to the end of this beautiful show. Now I'd like to invite Alvin, Jay, and Sir Manu Jain, our VIP guest, to have a quick photo opportunity with POCO F1. All right. This brings us to the end of this beautiful show. Thank you to all our POCO fans, our media colleagues, and our partners who joined us today. We'd also like to thank all our fans who have joined us via the live stream. None of this would have been possible without the support of all of you. We hope to see you soon. Signing off for today, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Awesome. Already. Thank you so much, valued guests, media friends, our POCO fans, as well as all those who are watching us over the live stream today. Welcome to the global premiere of POCO by Xiaomi. Make some noise, guys. Already, so we have lots to show you today. In the past couple of weeks, there have been lots of discussions about us on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. So I'm going to try to dispel some myths for you today. All right? Okay. My name is Alvin, and I'm head of POCO Global. So fasten your seatbelt and get ready for an exciting ride. Let's start with our logo. POCO by Xiaomi. POCO is a new sub-brand backed by Xiaomi. So as a small outfit within Xiaomi, the POCO team actually has the freedom to design products from scratch. Yet at the same time, we get Xiaomi's resources. The POCO team is in charge of product, marketing, and sales, which means you can actually expect a different, somewhat new experience compared to what you're used to with the Xiaomi phones. Now, this arrangement is great, it's interesting, it's cool, because we have the backing of one of the greatest smartphone brands in the world today. Xiaomi is the #1 India smartphone brand and the #4 in the world. In fact, Xiaomi has 6 factories in India, producing millions and millions of smartphones every single month. And not just that, according to a recent third-party survey, Xiaomi is the leader in after-sales service, with over 1,000 service centers in India, just in case you have some concerns, which we don't expect to have. And as we all know, quality is the lifeline of our business. We take quality very, very seriously. And I'm pleased to tell you that POCO takes the exact same strict and high quality standards that you would expect from a Xiaomi phone. Already, I'm pleased to tell you that Manu is also in the audience with us today. So may I invite Manu to say hi to the audience here. Thank you, Manu. Now let's take a look at the POCO team. You can see there are 8 of us, and we look pretty happy, right? Pretty well rested, pretty happy, pretty relaxed. We come from very different backgrounds. It is a very diverse team. Some of us grew up in Singapore, in China, in India, and in America. But despite such cultural differences, we actually share one thing in common, and that is our passion for smartphones. All of us had many years of working experience in the mobile industry, and we believe this time we can contribute something different and inject some new energy to the industry. Many months ago, the 8 of us sat together and thought a little bit more about how the smartphone industry is being developed. Where is it heading? What are the trends? We realized that if we really drill down to the basics of smartphones, there are 5 or 6 areas that constitute the essentials of a flagship smartphone. They are the camera setup, battery, ID, display, and of course, the brain of the smartphone, its processor. But as competition becomes more fierce, as innovation becomes incremental, many new brands, many big brands, they're trying to come up with new features years after years that some may argue may or may not be relevant to users. But they certainly add to the cost, which leads to this problem. The team has seen that there are more and more flagships being priced even more expensively year after year, some of which actually blew past the $1,000 price point, pricing out many consumers, many tech enthusiasts from the opportunity of trying the latest technologies. POCO wanted to build something that bucked this trend. If you think about it, why are the smartphones becoming more expensive? It's because a lot of these brands, they are trying to build the jack of all trades. They're trying to build the all-rounders that excels in every single aspect. But as we all know, in life, if you try to be good at everything, you end up not being best at anything. Which is why POCO's mission is to focus on innovations that truly matter. We are determined to build products that allow many, many consumers to be able to try out the latest technologies that truly make a difference in your lives. This is a very difficult task. It is no easy feat. But we feel like this is necessary. After many months of hard work, I'm pleased to tell you that POCO is proud to say that we are the champion of performance. Performance matters. Speed matters. The ability to enjoy your smartphone on a day-to-day basis without any lags matters. Do you agree? So our first product embodies this philosophy, this belief, this need that performance should be a basic right to smartphone users. We are proud to call this cool product the POCO F1. And of course, we need to give it the most powerful slogan ever. And we are calling it the true master of speed. I really think you will all love it. So, without more suspense, without further ado, let me welcome the most popular, the most handsome, Jay, the new head of product for POCO Global, on stage.
Thanks, man. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's nice to finally be back here in India. My name is Jay Mani, and I'm the head of product for POCO Global. And today, I'm really honored to be presenting our first product, the POCO F1. This has literally been one of my dream phones. That is something that I've wanted to make for years now. And with POCO, we were able to start from scratch and make product decisions that result in a very different phone from what you see on the market today. So even if you think you already know everything about the phone, stick with us. We want to spend some time to explain to you why we did these things and why we think it results in a truly awesome experience. So let's get started? All right. So today I'm going to talk about three things: performance, camera, and experience. And we believe that these three things have the biggest impact on how you ultimately feel about your phone. And because we're the master of speed, let's start with the most important thing, the performance. So for the POCO F1, we wanted to focus on the things that really matter for performance. And everybody knows that the most critical factor when it comes to performance is the chipset. And so the first decision we made was to use Qualcomm's top-of-the-line Snapdragon 845. And there are actually very few phones sold in India today that are using this chipset. But since we're focused on speed, this is the obvious choice. Snapdragon 845 uses a second-generation 10-nanometer FinFET process. This process offers clock speeds of up to 2.8 gigahertz while maintaining good battery life and good thermal performance. And the Adreno 630 GPU has a 30% improved performance versus the previous generation from Snapdragon 835. And this is an important point, which I'll touch on in a later slide. But this is a 30% improvement on Qualcomm's already super fast GPU. It absolutely flies for gaming, no matter how heavy. So Qualcomm also made great efforts to improve the AI performance. Snapdragon 845 has 3 times the performance on AI tasks when it is compared to 835. This helps a lot on things particularly around the camera, which is something that we'll touch on later in the presentation. So let's look at how Snapdragon 845 stacks up to some of the other Android flagship SoCs. Here's the Kirin 970, the Exynos 9810, and you can see that the Snapdragon 845 performance is better. Here we're showing the Antutu scores. It's about a 10% improvement versus Samsung's chip, and this is what they use in all their flagship devices here in India, and over a 35% improvement when compared to the Kirin 970.
Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Awesome. Already. Thank you so much, valued guests, media friends, our POCO fans, as well as all those who are watching us over the live stream today. Welcome to the global premiere of POCO by Xiaomi. Make some noise, guys. Already, so we have lots to show you today. In the past couple of weeks, there have been lots of discussions about us on Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. So I'm going to try to dispel some myths for you today. All right? Okay. My name is Alvin, and I'm head of POCO Global. So fasten your seatbelt and get ready for an exciting ride. Let's start with our logo, POCO by Xiaomi. POCO is a new sub-brand backed by Xiaomi. So as a small outfit within Xiaomi, the POCO team actually has the freedom to design products from scratch. Yet at the same time, we get Xiaomi's resources. The POCO team is in charge of product, marketing, and sales, which means you can actually expect a different, somewhat new experience compared to what you're used to with the Xiaomi phones. Now, this arrangement is great, it's interesting, it's cool, because we have the backing of one of the greatest smartphone brands in the world today. Xiaomi is the #1 India smartphone brand and the #4 in the world. In fact, Xiaomi has 6 factories in India producing millions and millions of smartphones every single month. And not just that, according to a recent third-party survey, Xiaomi is the leader in after-sales service, with over 1,000 service centers in India, just in case you have some concerns, which we don't expect to have. And as we all know, quality is the lifeline of our business. We take quality very, very seriously. And I'm pleased to tell you that POCO takes the exact same strict and high quality standards that you would expect from a Xiaomi phone. Already, I'm pleased to tell you that Manu is also in the audience with us today. So may I invite Manu to say hi to the audience here. Thank you, Manu.